Greetings everyone, and Great here for another H-Pirates 4 replay. Spawn bottom left side as the yellow Ayyubids, we have VortiX. Spawn on top right side as the red Byzantines, we have Anotand. Byzantine and Ayyubids both have access to improved berries of some form or another. The berries over here not being collected up, but we got the cistern close by, going for gold. Cistern may be covered in stone deposit as well a little bit. So it's a good spot for the cistern. Because of Ayyubids, it's mainly going for the berries. This deer deposit is not too far as well. And up north we do have more deer and of course boar, but he is Islamic, so he can't eat boar. Red boar is also up here, so perhaps red could perhaps steal both boar in one go. Either way, so I'll just collect up food, collecting up gold, food, and there's the House of Wisdom. Down south, we got a bit of berries next to gold and a couple sheep in the region. Red's finding a decent number of sheep. Yellow does find some sheep. In fact, looks like red is doing much better in the sheep game. See 6 sheep there. And now we do have the age up, the military wing reinforcements. Over here, we do have the Grand Winery. He's going to be building out with 5 villagers. The military wing reinforcements basically been pretty standard for the Ayyubids for their first age up, this entire, at least for this patch. And so he's building the Grand Winery with 5 villagers there to really get it start going. You can eye for a bit of wood there, and then get out outposts to protect the berries from being harassed. And 1 outpost between the gold and the stone could be all he needs as well. He's going for a decent amount of wood collection. Got this tree deposit pretty close to his town center. Nice safe spot. This one's off the side. He has a lot of natural foliage for his protection. Archery is going up. He's going to deposit some archers. Archers are pretty decent versus range cavalry. And he does go ahead and bring these sheep back on home. You will get a good number of them there. Over here, I have a couple downed sheep, but looks like he only found approximately 2, which is not good. Scout versus scout. I think the scout will win, especially when there's a desert raider there to help him out. Red scout does fall back. We do have a archer now on the field. The desert raider does have a little bit extra damage and attack speed for archer v archer combat. It is a bit more expensive. Red scout will go down. A little bit foolish loss there. The 2 archers Paul should be more than plenty to deal with the desert raider. Yeah. The single desert raider from military wing reinforcements does dictate quite a bit of influence what the opponents, the Byzantine player, has to do, because if you think about it, the response was 2 archers and plus an archery range there. That response of 310 resources, while he got that desert raider for absolutely free, and will get them for absolutely free. More desert raiders being employed on out now. Yellow scout is of course still alive, able to provide some good spotting. Got a cistern, secondary cistern next to the wood deposit. And some walls going on up. I have an outpost here, arm upgraded with a arrow slit, so he has got a little bit of stone there for that. Scout takes some damage and barely survives that. Health regen maybe just enough, finds another sheep there. A sheep shall be led to glory in combat. Another desert raider here, harassing some of the villagers. We always activate acreal defense, or however you pronounce that. Or acretol boy? I have no idea how to pronounce any of these words. He won't be able to probably get any stabs off onto the desert raider, but at least give them +2/+2 armor to help resist the arrow fire. Nothing much, but it would help out. Local doggo gets some bites there. Got these villagers heading down south, eyeing to deploy a mill here to collect up the berries. Berries do collect about as quickly as deer. The capacity will be the same as deer as well, since each berry has 250 food, also 100 capacity from the improved berry collection. Not sure what to call that bonus. Archers do get hit here. We've got 2 desert raiders. Good micro there. He should be able to pick off one of the desert raiders. Maybe not. Does pick it off, but barely. Golden Age Tier 1 now active. Again, plus 10 collection rate for all resources. We do now have the siege engineers being blown up by the Byzantine player. The Ayyubid player already has free improved siege engineers, and which with military wing reinforcements, he can also build those structure or siege weapons out with this cavalry. Now eyeing for a mining camp, so maybe eyeing for a secondary town center, imitating archers pursuing these guys. We got a very good number of archers here. It'll be hard to kill them all off. And maybe not a good idea to go for a Creo. Oh, I suppose Creo Siphons have a little bit extra range, so it's easy to protect the Creo Siphon from villagers. So maybe a Creo Siphon could be useful. Creo Siphons are a little bit more expensive. Wait. Yep, that's just the name issue. Let's switch over to the Byzantine player. It says battering ram, but if we switch over to the Byzantine player, we will see it says the Creo Siphon. And the cost actually does go from 200 to 250 gold to 260 gold. The Creo Siphon is slightly more expensive. It always feels like people don't like the Creo Siphons compared to battering rams. And I think Creo Siphons do better in Castle or in Feudal Age, where you can escort a little bit easier with the archers, since it has a little bit of range attack. By the way, we do now have the age up with the Ayyubid player. He went for economic wing growth, I believe. Yep, now these things have plus 100 additional berries to the plus 100 additional berries. Creo Siphon now being pulled on the field. My apologies if you hear my drink opening up. Creo Siphon's now built. You can use its range to keep it safe. It does do siege damage, right? And not fire damage. Yes, it does. So the extra... with the House of Wisdom giving plus 5 fire armor, plus it being fortified, giving additional 5 fire armor. It actually gives it, right now, these defensive structures, or these upgraded defensive structures, 10 fire armor, which really makes it hard for units to actually torch them down. Creo Siphon getting some damage there. Villagers trying to torch it. Got a number of Sipahi. I did not realize he went for a trading post, so we got some Sipahi to pull on the field. Mercenary Sipahi. Elam's going to be very useful. Scout does have bonus damage for siege weapons, but does get taken out there. So will the Camel Lancer. Sipahi backing on off. And here's the nice thing as well. If you do go for the Golden Horn Tower and you don't go for any of the mercenary contracts, you will have the Golden Tower will deploy out the weapon units from the trade post, which includes Sipahi and mercenary arbaletiers. Ayyubids tend to go heavy in Camel Lancers, so mercenary arbaletiers will not be bad. Will probably be more on the good side. Additionally, Sipahi would be always nice to have. They're pretty heavy horsemen. Additionally, if he's fighting against Gilams, another common unit for Ayyubids, mercenary arbaletiers would be very useful for that as well. Creo Siphon pushes way forward. Right now, the Sipahi have 13 torch damage, so they only do 3 damage per torch against the fortified outposts. So you can only really use the Creo Siphon there to destroy these towers. The Byzantine player is very far from aging up. Mosk here is going to try to get out some imams to pick up those relics. We got a trader there. He does get deployed on the field, so he's actually eyeing for a bit of trade. They are cheap, but a little bit unusual at this point in time. Villagers backing on off. Got quite a bit of berries there from the collect on up. We do now have a Byzantine outpost here is going to be upgraded with an arrow slit. I was not expecting that. Right now he's fighting against a lot of heavy stuff, so he's having trouble dealing with all these units. It's better to torch down the outpost there because it has 5 less fire armor. Limitani trying to charge forward, does get some good damage down the Maganel, does get overwhelmed. Oh, those archers getting cleaned on up. We also got a scout here. The scout is doing bonus damage, got mass repairs there. Villagers trying to come forward and torch this Rio Siphon down. Some escort here. Maganel finds another shot there. And the villagers do manage to torch down the Rio Siphon. Kind of the term makeshift flamethrower is not such a great thing to term to use. After all, those are 2 words you don't want to mix together. Either way, now got the Camel Lancer charging to the Sipahi. Sipahi do move slower than regular horsemen, but they of course much healthier, and they still move faster than Camel Lancers and other heavy cav and scouts. Camel Lancer does go down there. You know how the veterans hardens? Yeah, the veteran spearman research. Some key alarms also deployed on out as well. One dervish on the field, not Imam's dervish. Ugh, our first cast of the day, it's not going all too well, honestly. I wonder how many traders do we see? Just the one trader right now. Maybe just signing for a little bit extra gold income. Golden Horn Tower now being deployed on the field. That can give him some free Sipahi. Horsemen and Sipahi quickly report that Maganel, but he will lose a number of these cavalry to the Gilams. Mercenary Arbiteers seem pretty good. He actually had the Fortitude upgrade there to quickly increase his attack speed, but also took extra damage from these Gilams. Now the outposts in middle here. Going for 2 outposts there, so he's going to perhaps bring over 10 villagers. And since he does have the increased berry capacity, there's a lot of food there. Imam there could try a conversion ritual. Got a decent number of olive groves here. Yep, he's not subject to any of the mercenary contracts. He can just simply hold off until later. Right now, mercenary Arbiteers seem pretty good to me. I wonder, will he be able to pull out mercenary Arbiteers? I know he'll be able to pull out mercenary Arbiteers there, but since he has that built there, will another mercenary camp over here also provide mercenary Arbiteers and as well as Sipahis? Or are they only near this? Limitani gain some damage. Archers here. The villagers do have textiles research. Outposts are firing away. Red has killed off some villagers. Nothing too significant. You now have the Camel Lancer push way forward, finding a good number of villagers. There's some crossbows now being deployed on the field. First round, Sipahi being deployed up by the Golden Horn Tower. Horsemen and Sipahi find some of these villagers here. Now's a good time to activate Fortitude, but it's on cooldown. Conversion ritual not being active. I wonder, the Exfoliator research, the one that improves horsemen damage against walkers, does it also get applied to Sipahi? Not sure. Now he's deploying out some mercenary Arbiteers, not bad. Crossbows will be very useful since he's fighting against a good number of Gilans. He's going to deploy out some spearmen since he's fighting against a lot of horsemen and Sipahi. We're also going to see some Varanian Guard to be employed on the field. Gilans now engaging. Crossbowmen getting larger and larger numbers. And the Dervish does go down. Yellow so far claimed 2 relics. Need some damage there. I heard somebody shouting, a group of units shouting, but maybe it's been the crossbows. Start claiming the relics. Getting 3 relics inside the Grand Winery would not be half bad. So then again, grabbing 3 relics and putting them inside of a monastery wouldn't be half bad either. We do now have the Creole Siphon now being deployed and out once again. You're going to see Soundless Town Center. We do also got the Maganel as well, or the unique variant, the Man-Jan Key, or however you pronounce that. Creole Siphon now deployed in the field. Sapahi taking some damage from the Desert Raider. Just Siphon presumably forward. Taking some damage. Does get ordered away. Agano finds a master shot on those crossbowmen. We also got some mercenary arbiters. They have the passive ability, which is an active passive ability. Magano getting repaired on up, not being focused down. Gets another shot there on the crossbows. We're getting some damage there. Magano finds us another shot there, killing off a couple more guys. You can tell the mercenary arbiters and the regular crossbowmen, if they have the larger hat and the brighter metal. The darker metal is the regular crossbows. It can be a bit hard to distinguish the two, but essentially they are exactly the same unless they use the passive ability. Raining Guard does take some damage. Dervish backing all off there. Bruno got these. I'm not just getting some damage. Crossbowmen's moving down south to engage them. You see any additional mercenary camp over here? No, we do not. Another round of arbiters being pulled up with the Golden Horn Tower. Got one for Raining Guard there. He does have a couple arbiters as well as crossbows. Crossbows getting overran. The reason why I mentioned the arbiters, since they can deploy the passive, get a lot of extra armor, they can withstand a little bit more abuse from those towers. You could age up with the foreign engineering company, and then the arbiters should have crossbow turrets and gambersons. Now we got the arbiters pulled in the field. The passive has been pulled in the field, which will give them passive effect. And nice thing as well is, I'm pretty sure. Oh, nope, looks like never mind. Spearman does get a bit of shots there on those arbiters. When they get gambersons, if they get gambersons, they can withstand quite a bit of spearman attacks as well. But now got the Desert Raider being focused down. We got this Raining Guard engaging some spearmen. Magano setting on up. Gets a decent volley there. Get a bit of a volley there as well. Crossbows backing off for the Raining Guard. What other mercenaries do we have here? Of course, got the Magadai and the Desert Raider. Desert Raider is not going to be super useful. And Magadai can only be really useful if we went to Royal Hippodrome. The 4 engineering school can make it a bit more useful, the sheer bone limbs, the improved sheer bone limbs, but not so much. Royal Hippodrome could give the Magadai +4 damage per arrow, and in age 2, that could make them get 10 damage per arrow, and they have pretty good attack speed, so that's probably the most useful time Magadai could ever be. Raining Guard charging way forward, got some passive activated here and there. Raining Guard trying to overrun some crossbows over here. Looks like the crossbowmen sort of going down. Raining Guard trying to gauge some of these other units. Got 2 Maganels here. Raining Guard now engaging some of these villagers. He could activate Berserking to get their damage going. The extra damage won't mean too much from going with the crossbows. The attack speed of the Vanguard is slightly faster than standard man-at-arms, slower than a Gilom, I believe. And the crossbows are much slower, so they will definitely deal more damage than they take if they berserk in crossbow fire. A comparison between the two is 14 damage versus it'll be a 14 damage, almost twice attack speed, and berserking will give them plus 6 damage, so effectively plus 12 damage per second, or damage per comparison to the crossbowman. Game plus 4 for the same effect. Giloms engaging the Reigning Guard. Over here, we got a Sipahi engaging these villagers. Sipahi does have 5 armor, the archers have 8 damage. Mangonels find a small hit there on those Reigning Guard. Actually, the guy hit was actually a mercenary arbiter. More farms going up by yellow. He is walling off this region as well. Got a pretty good wall in. A lot of villagers tasking the wall as well. May want to go for a gate in this region, but there's not actually a full wall in that region. Vanguard does take some arrows there. Good damage onto those Reigning Guard. And here are the passives deployed in field, but they do get cancelled. Brandon Guard gains some good damage there. Will be slowly picked off by that crossbow. The Byzantine player has almost enough gold to age up, needs a bit more food. Brandon Guard heading down south, not trying to torch down a segment on the walls. Up here, Sixth Sight being interrupted by a Varanian Guard. We also got the phalanx to research now. Mercenary Arbiters took a nice Mangonel volley behind the foot of a palisade wall there. More Varanian Guard trying to hit these villagers. Over here, we got now Siphon trying to torch down the gate. He's starting to berserk there, and right now, while I said it does give him pretty good DPS, these villagers do run faster than the Varanian Guard. He does not appear to have the tear-shaped shield, or the teardrop shields, or the berserking upgrade. And maybe the berserking upgrade that gives him increased move speed. Yep, it's the ferocious speed, but it has age 4 research. The teardrop shield is... Huh, maybe it's already researched the teardrop shield. Huh. I'm mistaken about... Where's the teardrop shield research? Maybe you already researched and I didn't pay attention to it. Either way, the Foreign Engineer Company is being researched now. That will, of course, give him access to some... Well, immediately grants access to some unique research for his mercenary units, such as crossbow stirrups and gambersons for the crossbowmen. Additionally, he'll... I don't think there's anything with Sipahi, is there? He is building some Sipahi. I know occasionally he'll be gifted Sipahi from the Golden Gate, but he is actually building some Sipahi here. For the count of the crossbowmen, he may be eyeing for... Well, not fully mercenaries. He's going for Random Guard, Sipahi for flanking, and still some mercenary crossbowmen. Mercenary Arbiters. In fact, he has more mercenary Arbiters than regular crossbowmen. Effectively, they are the same, other than there's some slight benefits. So these villagers not getting hit there. Sipahi now push way forward. Yeah, I don't see any unique research in them. You can see the Arbiters do have Gamerson, and their attack speed's higher, so he does have crossbow stirrups as well from the Foreign Engineering School. I wonder if the Golden Gate can actually build up the mercenary siege weapons. Probably not. He probably a bit too overpowered if it could. Some mistake decides not being decaptured, going for a nest of bees. Viltra's taking some hits there. Mercenary Arbaleteers and Mercenary Sipahi charge the way forward. Nothing that's heavy here. Or, no, there's plenty for any guard for that's heavy. Magnetos do some good hits there. There goes those siege weapons. He does activate Fortitude. And Yellow backs to the game. As Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.